I found the faucet running, the lights turned on, and the front door wide open. It was an apartment and it's impossible for this to be open all this time. We were not robbed at that time as well as there were no missing items. In my case, when I was around 13 or 14 years old, I had a very vivid experience that has stayed with me ever since. One night, I dreamed that I woke up on the sofa bed on the first floor of our apartment. My sisters would always tell me not to sleep there, and I was certain that night I had gone to bed upstairs. I remember wondering why I had somehow ended up on the sofa. The sofa bed was positioned with 2 chairs facing it, and the staircase to the second floor was on the right side. When I looked toward the stairs, I saw an old woman sitting on the first 3 steps looking at me and keeps on kicking the door open. On the left side was the sink, and I saw a pale, bleep bald boy maybe around 4 to 6 years old, washing himself in the same sink where we usually wash dishes. I just really remember he is sitting in the sink, but I don't remember any expressions. I then went to the bathroom and saw a long-haired girl squatting in the corner. Everything felt completely real. Suddenly, I woke up at around 2:00 a.m. The dream felt so realistic that I immediately rushed downstairs to check the first floor. When I got there, I found the faucet running, the lights turned on, and the front door wide open. It was an apartment and it's impossible for this to be open all this time. We were not robbed at that time as well as there were no missing items. I quickly turned everything off and woke my sister to ask if she had gone downstairs during the night. She said no. At that time, only one of my sisters and I were home. Because 3 of my 4 sisters were working graveyard shifts, I never got to sleep after that night then. Years later, when I was 19, one of my sister's friends from work visited our apartment. She refused to go inside because she claimed she saw an old woman and a young boy in the middle of the staircase, staring at her as if they were guarding it. Aside from that incident, I also experienced frequent knocking sounds and doors opening on their own from the second floor. Sometimes my closet would open by itself. I don't know if it was caused by the wind, although the window nearby was relatively small. One experience in particular stood out to me. One of my sisters used to knock on my bedroom door whenever she came home, so I would wake up. One day, I heard a loud knock, and then my bedroom door slowly opened by itself. I didn't think much of it because I assumed it was my sister playing around again, but she never called my name, which makes me wonder. However, when I got up and went downstairs, I discovered that I was completely alone in the apartment. I don't know, it felt weird living in that apartment as this was particularly in the middle of the city. Very convenient. 3 bedrooms and inside a subdivision Igala homes, and we only pay roughly around 8,500 pesos considering how many perks it gives. But yes, something felt off to me on that apartment. Sometimes even when I'm at one of my sister's bedroom, I can see a figure looking around near her closet. She doesn't want to claim something was in the one time she bought a rosary and a salt lamp for no apparent reason and place it where I usually feels a bit